Hi everyone. Today I am here to discuss the poem 2 of grade 8 English. Okay? The title of our poem is The Geography Lesson. So you will think the title is astonishing. Why? Why in English subject such a geography lesson? Okay, it is nothing based on geography, but it is a simple poem which shows the geography of the earth, why it is so, why the earth is formed so. Okay, it just explains such a view. So let's move on to the poem. Before getting into the poem, let's see a small information about the poet. Zulfikar Ghosh. He is a famous poet and novelist who was born in India before independence. After independence, he migrated to Pakistan and now he is settled in USA. Okay? So our poet is Zulfikar Ghosh. Let's move on to the poem. The poem is here. I'll read the first stanza, then I'll explain, right? When the jet sprang into the sky, it was clear why the city had developed the way it had. Seeing it scaled 6 inches to the mile, there seemed an inevitability about what on ground had looked haphazard, unplanned, and without style when the jet sprang into the sky. So here the poet says that while traveling by a jet, when the jet sprang into the sky, while traveling by a jet, when the jet rises into the sky, it was clear why the city had developed the way it had. So the poet is just sharing his experience while he is moving in the air in his jet. He finds that everything looked so small that a mile seemed small like 6 inches. He was feeling that everything is small. Okay, even the mile is feeling like 6 inches. Okay, the big house, as we move on, we will find or we will see that it is a small house. Okay, only notion like that. It became certain that everything developed unplanned, without any style, without any organization on the ground. So the poet is also having opinion that see when he is looking from the jet, when it is little bit in the height, when he looks down, he sees that everything in this earth is unplanned. Okay, it is not developed in a correct style. Houses are built here and there. There is no particular proportion. So he feels that everything is haphazard. Haphazard meaning is unplanned itself. Okay, everything he finds unplanned without any particular style, without any organization. Okay, no organized. It is not at all organized. So everything is unplanned on the ground. Okay, that's the first stanza. Now let's move on to the second stanza. When the jet reached 10,000 feet, it was clear why the country had cities where the rivers ran and why the valleys were populated. The logic of geography that the land and the water attracted man was clearly delineated when the jet reached 10,000 feet. Okay, so his jet is moving up. Now it has reached almost 10,000 feet height. So now he is just his doubts are cleared right now. Okay, So in the previous stanza, he said that the whole city or the whole country is unplanned. So now he is saying that he could see why his country is so, why there is thick population in some areas. Some areas are totally deserted and some areas are thickly populated. So he is having such a doubt. Okay. The poet says that when the plane reached 10,000 feet in the sky, the poet came to know why the cities of the countries are located near the rivers and also the valleys are so populated. So he could understand the reason of this overpopulation. What is it? Land and water, which are the lifeline, the reasons for survival, attracted the early humans. So why the people are overpopulated near the valley and the rivers? The reason is the availability of good land and water. Okay, then the people came and settled there, where the on the river banks or those good lands near, they settled in that places. Okay, this reason made the people settle in unorganized way. So when the plane was 10,000 feet up in the sky, he could only see land and water. So when the plane was very up, when he looks down, he could only see land and water. Nothing else was visible. Okay, so that's it. Now let's move on to the next stanza, that is, when the jet rose 6 miles high, it was clear the earth was round and that it had more sea than land. But it was difficult to understand that the men on the earth found causes to hate each other, to build walls across cities, and to kill from that height. It was not clear why. Okay, so now the poet is just concluding. He's saying that when his jet rose 6 miles high, again when it rose again in a great height, then the poet says that it was clear for him why the earth is round and that it has more water than land. So he also understood that in the whole earth, water is more than land. Okay, while taking up the proportion of water is more than land. And he also understood that the earth is round. But there are certain questions that he couldn't get the answers even at that height. Okay, so let's see what's that. According to him, he could not understand why people hate each other on earth, why we build walls across cities and kill each other. So he couldn't understand that why people are hating each other, why the people are building walls across cities, and why people are fighting with each other, killing each other. At such a height, the poet sees a single earth and wonders why people are divided. So the poet is also wondering that, see, in such a country, why people are getting divided like this? In such a earth, why such a division? Why such a discrimination? He is asking many questions to himself, but those questions all remains unanswered. He could not understand the reasons from this height also. So that's a poem. Okay, the three stanza which I have explained, I think it's clear for you. Thank you.